What's going on, guys? So it's been a hot minute since I uploaded a video. I think the last thing I uploaded was like a Fire Emblem stream. I didn't even upload that, I live streamed it, so much less effort on my part. But, this is not gonna be anything like I've ever uploaded before. This is gonna be, I guess you call it like a story time video, I don't really know. But, there's something I wanted to talk about, and I don't really think you'll have much interest in it unless you like care about Neon and like my past, which I don't understand why you care about, but a lot of people do, so I don't know. And part of the other reason I'm making this video isn't even like, I might not upload this. If you're seeing this, I obviously did upload it, but part of the reason I'm making this video is I'm looking back a lot on my life of who I become, who I was, just everything, and I never really like paid attention. I'm somebody who doesn't really pay attention to the moment. I'm kind of just go, always have new ideas, I'm always doing things. My life is really, it's not normal. So I was just kind of, somebody brought something up to me, and it really made me kind of reflect and think back, and I kind of just remembered the pivotal moment that made me who I am and changed me, not just from a kid to a man, but also just the moment that I stopped feeling so lost and I had a purpose. Because prior to this moment happening, I didn't have a purpose and I didn't think much was going to come from my life. And it's kind of based off of who I was at the time and what I was going through that moment even became a thing. So I kind of want to reflect on it and tell this story more or less so that one day I can look back on it, because clearly I didn't think about it. I didn't really come to the realization of it being such an important pivotal moment until I kind of thought about it and looked back, and I didn't realize anything. So without further ado, I'll kind of just start the story. So we'll go back to about grade 5 Marcus. Grade 5 Marcus was just a little goofball. Oh, and by the way, my name's not Skylar. So I guess if you do watch this video, you'll know that. Skylar's a stage name, but we'll get to that. Maybe we won't. That's not really part of this story. But we'll go back to grade 5 Marcus for a minute, because grade 5 Marcus was just a little goofball kid. The only thing that mattered to me at that time, on God, was becoming a Pokemon master. There wasn't even a Pokemon League for games yet. I just love Pokemon so much. I was born, most people get a teddy bear, I had a Pikachu, so I've just always been a Pokemon guy. And that's the only thing that mattered to me, and I remember very vividly my grade school years being pretty much everybody in my class and the grade above me would be sitting around the schoolyard on their Game Boy, and like the 3 kids who had the link cable would bring it, and we would have tournaments over recess, and it was like, literally, like, looking back on it, I was like, damn, we were, like, organized shit, because, fuck, man, it was pretty crazy how we did all that shit, and it just worked, and I don't know, I loved that, but that's literally my mind frame in grade 5. I didn't give a fuck about anything, nothing mattered, and, but if we go back to before that, and this is kind of, I guess, off topic. This might be rambling a little bit, but just stay with me because it's all going to culminate at the end. The first concert I ever went to, I was 9 years old, and it was a Korn concert. So you can imagine at 9 years old seeing mosh pits and people freaking out and listening to Korn my whole life because it was my mom's favorite band. That me going to this at 9 years old was impactful, I guess you could say. It was something I went to, and I was opened up to a whole new world. I had never experienced anything like that before. I obviously was very young. I didn't even really hear my mom telling stories. She just wanted to bring me to the concert because it was her favorite band, right? So whatever. Anyways, we're just going through this, so the concert was the thing, so I'd been exposed to that world. But the only thing that I knew was Pokemon. I didn't play very many sports. I had friends, but it was more like through games. Like, I didn't have anybody come over to my house. I didn't really go to anybody's house. I had one friend named Liam who I was really close with, but he ended up moving away. So I didn't really have anybody. I didn't really have much. And then also going through schools, I moved around a lot. So I would go to school for maybe a year or two, and I would meet somebody who would become friends with, and then I would move away, and I would move back. And you know how kids are, like, we just wouldn't be friends anymore. They had already found a new group. I was kind of the loner, whatever kid. So that was me. So that was literally the only thing that mattered in my life. But something else that always, ever since I can remember, has been music. Is something I always wanted to do. I always loved music. My grandma listening to a bunch of country singers, like just my mom listening to a crazy amount of like rock and hip hop and Missy Elliott, and I was always around music. And my mom did listen to a lot of pop. I don't want to say pop icons, just icons of that era and generation. So I was always wanting to do something in music, but I was just a kid, right? Obviously. My mom would also date a lot of musicians. So there was always that too. I was always seeing my mom's boyfriends get ready for shows, or come back from the show, or telling me about how cool the show was and this and that. And he was playing bass. And I ended up getting a bass, and I played in a band for a little while, but it was nothing, because I couldn't really record music, and that was the thing. I wanted to make songs. I wanted to make music, but I couldn't, because I was just a kid, and I had no money, right? My family didn't come from anything, like, crazy, you know? We got by, but it was, I wasn't like, I was just going to be like, I want to make music, and they're just going to get me into shit like that, right? So, it was whatever. But, and this is kind of a funny thing. I did this every single night, from grade 5 to about the end of grade 9. Okay, every single night before I went to bed, I had one of those box TVs, and it wasn't connected to cable or anything but my VCR. So if you just turned it on, it would have that white fuzzy screen, and I would put in my headphones, and I would just perform songs as if I was the lead singer to this fucking TV every single night for like 5 years. And that was just because I wanted to be a musician so bad. That was like my imagination pretend. You know, like, I was just in my fantasy world. That was what I did every single night. And I never told anybody about that, because obviously it's embarrassing as shit. But that was my life. Every night I did that. It was so fucking important to me. And I feel like my mom walked in on me a couple times, and I hated her for it. But that's beside the point. So that was going on, like, every single night. But the only thing that mattered to me outside of that was, like, Pokemon and, like, playing my Game Boy. So as you can expect, like, I wasn't doing shit. I didn't really have any goals, but it's fine. I was in grade 8, but I've always been somebody who is very high emotionally. I don't want to say emotionally powered, but I run off of emotion. I run off of what I'm feeling. I always have, and I always overthink, and I've done that even since I was a kid. So going into about grade 8, where middle school ends and everybody's going to high school, I remember telling my buddy Aiden, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, man. Like, I don't know, man. We're gonna go to high school, and I'm just gonna fucking drop out. Like, I was literally saying that in grade 8. I'm a little nervous as I'm telling this story, because it gets fucky. So grade 9 came. I was supposed to go to Gordon Graydon, and Aiden and all my other retard friends went to Graydon. I got accepted into this school for, not mentally challenged, like, it was for dyslexic and learning disabilities, and they only accept 60 kids a year, but I went to that school for grade 9. So I went from elementary school to grade 9, and I was, like, in a school with 60 kids. The other thing about this school is it was trained, if you know anything about me, I'm dyslexic. I don't see letters the way other people see letters, so reading is very difficult and annoying for me. I also have horrible handwriting. Just a variety of shit like that. Like, I'm not good with smart stuff. So, like, halfway into this school year, I realized that all the effort that everybody had put in for me to go to this school was going towards nothing. I basically wasted everybody's time. I realized that, I wasn't getting anything out of the experience. I wasn't learning anything. I wasn't picking anything up. It was just, I essentially felt like I was wasting my time. And that was around the time that I felt school was a waste, was when I started grade 9. Throughout that year, I just kind of started feeling like I'm not meant for real life. Like, there's there is absolutely nothing that I could do. Like, I don't want to flip burgers. I don't want to do, like, there was nothing I could actually physically do without being depressed. Like, I didn't even fucking like leaving my house, and I had no outlet because I was being bullied for playing Pokemon at this point. And that's literally the only outlet I ever had my whole life. I didn't really have a lot of friends to go hang out with. I didn't have much. I literally had nothing. So I ended up picking up skateboarding. I was like the worst skateboarder in the world. That was alright, but it was whatever. I went into grade 10, and I met one person who to this day is still my brother. His name's Curtis. And shouts to you, bro, if you're watching this, because you're like my only friend from my childhood. Seriously. Like, I know Aiden's my boy, but like, I don't know, man. You know what I'm talking about if you see this. But, and he always stuck around for me, even when I was a fuck. And I've been a fuck a couple times. Let me say that, okay? I've been a fuck boy a couple times, and that nigga stuck around. But either way, I met him, and we would just skateboard together every single day. And something in my head went, I'm gonna start a skate company. I'm gonna fucking start a skate store. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And all of a sudden, my life, I don't want to say it had purpose, but I felt like I was doing something. But within a quick couple months, I realized I wasn't ever gonna be a pro skateboarder. And I was kind of fucking away in my life at the time. So we're not gonna go into this, but I did have an opportunity to open a skate shop and like kind of make that my life, and I pissed it away. That's a story for another time if you guys want it, but right now we're just focusing on this. So I realized that was not gonna happen, and I was pretty much, I don't know, that's when the depression started to sink in again. I don't even know if Curtis would even know about this, but like, I kind of disappeared. Like, I wouldn't hang out, I wouldn't really message when we see each other at school. I was just kind of, you know, monotone, doing my own thing. I didn't really give a fuck about anything. Really, the only thing that mattered to me was like fucking and drugs. I was fucking wrecked because I genuinely believed that I was gonna let my mom down. I was gonna let my grandma down. I knew I wasn't gonna finish school. I knew I had nothing to go do with my life. I knew that nothing mattered. I wasn't gonna make anything happen. There's nothing I was good at. There was nothing I could commit to. Like, I genuinely couldn't commit to something without getting physically, like, I don't want to keep using depression as this word, but like this feeling of being unmotivated, of not wanting to wake up in the morning, of not wanting to look in the mirror, of hating who I am as a person because I'm so useless. I wanted more out of my life. I didn't want to go flip burgers. I didn't want to go be a cashier. I wanted something from my life, but I had no creative outlets whatsoever other than gaming and skateboarding, which was going nowhere. And the only thing that like kept me from, and I'm not trying to get dark, but I was at a very dark place in my life. I was thinking about stuff, and this is before I told people that I was thinking about suicide and shit like that. But the only thing that kept me out of bed, that kept me getting out of bed in the morning, kept me going, was my best friend Curtis, and I had another friend named Ryan who we had recently started hanging out with. And the semester, we went from first semester to second semester. Now, right before that happened, right before the semester change happened, I was skipping school at this point so heavily because I didn't give a fuck. Like, I really didn't give a fuck. The only thing I was using school for was literally I would get on the school bus in the morning, it would drop me off at the school, and I would like go to Dixie with Curtis and Ryan, and we would just fuck around. And that was like the only thing school had to me, it was the link up spot. But I remember this day, and I remember this so vividly, and maybe it's because, like, this was sort of the moment, but I went to my first period class. My first period class was a very small class. The only people in the class was me, Aiden, Tracy, David, and Marcus, Black Marcus. You don't know any of those people. The context is not important, but it was a very small class. And I remember thinking to myself, like, why the fuck am I here, man? Like, and it was so bad that I would go to class, and my teachers would be like, why are you here? We actually can't give you anything. You're so fucking far behind. Like, there's no point for you to be here. Which, I just want to say, had I decided that school was the route, I would have been fucked at this point anyway. So, like, I would have been redoing at least a year, but it was whatever. But I remember thinking to myself, I was like, why the fuck am I here? Like, they don't even want me here. I don't want to be here. Like, fuck it. And I got up and left, like, I think 20 minutes before class ended. And I went out to the front of the school where we all smoked our cigarettes. And I was having a cigarette, and I saw this kid named Brandon. And Brandon didn't go to the school, but he was dating this girl named Robin who went to the school. And I don't want to, you know what, fuck it. These people are never going to see this. Brandon was a crazy drug dealer. He sold drugs at all the raves, and I hadn't started dabbling in this. But I ended up going to the hydro field to sesh with him, and there was like 2 or 3 other people there. And they were listening to like the top rap song Waka Flocka, I guess was probably big at the time. I don't know. I didn't fucking want to listen to that. And I said, yo, turn this shit off, put on something good. Like, put on Bring Me the Horizon, Asking Alexandria, something good. Everybody turned around, they're like, listen, we're not listening to your emo music. But Brandon goes, can I put on Skrillex? And everybody goes, yeah, go ahead, do it. Just something we can listen to while we sesh and talk, right? So he puts it on. And I just want to make something very clear before I finish with this story. So I was so lost at this point in my life. And I did not care about anything. Like, I genuinely, and this is, like I said, I'm not trying to get dark or depressing, but I genuinely believed that I was going to kill myself. Like, within that year. Like, it was very, very bad. Like, it was so bad, and we're gonna get to why it got that bad. But, so I was listening to Skrillex for the first time, and he puts on My Name is Skrillex, Skrillex Remix. And I was in shock. I'd never heard like techno. Well, I'd heard techno, but it was techno prior to that. I'd never heard like dubstep before, ever, my whole life. And this kind of was just becoming a thing. So I was like, whoa, what's this? Like, how's he making this? This is fucking crazy. And he goes, oh, bro, he's a fucking DJ guy. He just makes all this on his computer. And I was like, oh, shit, you can make this on your fucking computer? This is sick, bro. And he's like, yeah. So whatever happened, I just remember at that point I became so obsessed with Skrillex. Like, I can't even right now. Like, my whole wall is just Skrillex. Like, I to this day, I've met him. I love him. He's, like, the nicest man in the fucking world. He was the coolest guy. But I was so obsessed. Like, Skrillex was... That was the first time that, like, I'd always listened to music, and I always, like, identified with music as not necessarily my outlet, but, like, the thing that, like, I was always listening to music, and, like, I knew lyrics, and then, like I told you, I was always singing it on my TV. Like, it was important to me, but it never, like, mattered. And here came Skrillex with these crazy sounds of, like, essentially, like, the rock of electronic music, but there's no real words, and when there are words, they're very vague. So I was able to just kind of take his music and so apply it to me that I fell in love with his music to levels that I can't even tell you about. And I was just like, this is so fucking great. So we were going on to the Christmas break, the 2-week Christmas break, and chilling with Ryan and Curtis every single day, you know, just listening to Skrillex, and I was really starting to, like, I don't want to say he made me not sad, but, like, just listening to his music every day, like, on the... Like, I remember I was going to class, like, not really, but, like, I was going a bit more. I wasn't a fucking lost emo fuck anymore, for lack of a better word. It was just his music, and I was so happy. But then we went on Christmas break, and Curtis moved to Aurelia. And Ryan was a really close friend of mine, but Ryan was also, like, 2 years older than us. So Ryan had, like, his whole other life going on. He had friends outside of school. He was going to raves and parties and this and that. So, like, Curtis was, like, really my best friend. And he moved away. And I don't want to sound like a bitch or anything, but, like, yo, I just, like, what the fuck? Anymore. I'm never gonna see this kid again, because this is, like, obviously you gotta take in mind, like, we're like 15, 16 at this point, and, like, emotions are so serious. Like, he was talking about how, like, I'm not gonna get into his stuff, but he had to leave and go, and I I literally like felt like I had lost everything. Like I was still listening to Skrillex, obviously, but I was cheesed again because not long after that happened, before the Christmas break, Ryan was telling us about he was moving to Winnipeg, I think. Yeah, and I still keep in contact with Ryan too. I haven't seen him since then, but we still keep in contact. But yeah, Curtis and Ryan both moved away, and I was basically left alone at this school where I was getting picked on. I never talked about this really to anybody, but I was shoved in a locker one day. I was in there for like 2 hours before anybody like got me out because I was scared to like bang. I didn't know. There was a lot of shit that was going on around that time, and then this girl like fucked with my shit, and I was just not. Shit was bad. Shit was really, really bad, and it was horrible. At some point through the Christmas, my birthday, I got a laptop though. And I remember I saw Robin and Brandon again not long after that, and that's kind of when I started doing music. I downloaded Virtual DJ, and I started fucking around with that, and from there it snowballed. But I remember thinking to myself like how it happened was I saw him again and we were listening, and I asked again because I didn't really retain the information that like it was a laptop thing. I just remember loving Skrillex and like doing all my own research, and like we brought it up again, and then I started like just doing like little mashups of songs together. But like the thing was I was making music. I was in my room playing to my TV, but instead of like singing lyrics from like Ask Alexandria or him or Drake or whatever fuck I was like pretending, I was actually doing something, and I was expressing myself, and it grew into me producing, and it grew into me not only finding a purpose in my life but making me feel like I'm not useless. Like I don't even know if like I lost track of part of that story or if it even makes sense of how impactful this moment was to me. But the fact is, had I not skipped school to go see Brandon, I never would have heard that song. I never would have found out who Sonny was. I never would have fell in love with electronic music as a whole. And another reason I loved electronic music is because my mom grew up around just all electronic or all heavy metal and hip hop. So when I found EDM, it was like my thing. Like it was me. It was nobody else likes. This is my thing. I like it, and I held it so close to my heart. I shaved half my head to look like this fucker. Like I held it so close, and I cannot describe what finding his music meant to me, and finding his music led me to making my own. And I know that it's a very common thing to hear, like, oh, I make music because of this person. Or even in Skrillex's case, I make music because of Skrillex. So many people say that, but like for me, it's not only I make music because of Skrillex, it's I'm who I am because of that pivotal point in my life. I was so lost. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about me. I didn't care. I literally was hanging out with my friends every day, skipping school, blowing my life away, not giving a fuck about anything because I didn't have. I didn't care. That's the only way I can describe it is I didn't care. And the fucked up part is because of me becoming Neon Black, I've been able to accomplish and do so much in my life. This is my third place fully 100% in my name that I pay for every single month. I have a dog. He's beautiful. I love him. He's my fucking baby. I'm able to have all these collectibles that mean so much to me. I have a giant Pokemon collection. It's so weird that I don't live a normal life. Like the life I live is very fucking weird, and it's struggling sometimes, but I don't even think I would have it if not for if I didn't skip school and I didn't go smoke weed. That wouldn't have happened. And I can almost say with 100% positivity, almost. I mean, like, I don't know. But you know what? No, I can say 100% certainty that had that not happened in those steps, if I hadn't felt so lost and I hadn't heard that song when I heard it, it was even people telling me, like when I was like, let's listen to this music, and they were like, we're not emo like you, and he put that on, and I liked it. Like, I never liked what people are listening to around me, so it was different, and I just know that had that not happened, I would not be here, or I at least would not be the person I am right now, here talking to you. I don't know where I'd be. I honestly don't. I think I would be dead. And that's not me trying to get dark or anything. That's like dead serious. Like, I really don't know where I'd be. Or I definitely would not have found the girl I'm going to marry, who I'm dating right now. Because I'd still just be a fuck. I don't know, man. Like, Neon has introduced me so many things. And on top of, like, just to branch for a minute outside of, like, that moment happening, like, because of that moment happening, I've become Neon Black, and Neon Black has literally changed my life in more ways than just I put out a record and was able to afford some stuff. Like, my confidence is through the roof. I like who I am as Neon Black. I love Neon Black. I literally bleed neon black. Like, it is everything to me. This music I make, I even, my spelling and my shit has been better because I've had to sign contracts. I've had to learn how to spell through posting online the past 8 years, 9 years. I've learned marketing. I've learned how to make clothing. I've learned branding and networking. I've met some of the coolest people I never would have gotten the chance to. Like, I met Skrillex. Like, I've played amazing shows. I've gotten messages from people that says my music helps them through. I've literally received messages from people who, like, tell me they listen to my shit to get through their depression, their shit, and that is probably one of the most impactful things that has ever been said to me. And if you're one of those people who listens to my music and, like, it gets you through whatever, like, I'm so fucking thankful that it does that for you, because that's what it does for me, is I make it and it does that. And I don't think I can explain how that little fucking thing that happened, that stupid little, I went to go smoke weed that one day, me finding that, I think if I had found Skrillex like a week or two later, it wouldn't have had the same impact. Like, it was that day. I was just like, why am I in class right now? Why am I not doing something? And it was Neon Black that ultimately led me to drop out of school entirely, because as soon as I became Neon, I changed. I was a different person. But I dropped out because I ultimately felt like I'm gonna waste another. I already wasted fucking 3-4 years doing nothing because I didn't know. Now I found this. I just want to spend all my time on this because I know I can make something of it, and it's gonna be more than just a couple thousand SoundCloud plays. I'm gonna make money from this. I'm gonna be a name. I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna be Port Credit star. And, like, to this day, I don't think anybody's come out of Port Credit in EDM that's as big as me. And that's not me even clouding my horn. Like, that's being honest. Like, can you name anybody? Like, look it up online. See anybody who comes from Port Credit, Mississauga, that has my level of success in EDM. Because Billy Talent's from Saga, so they'd kill me. But, yeah, no, I honestly, I cannot describe that moment changed my life. And ultimately, I would say that it changed a lot of people's lives, because I, for some reason, am important to people. And because of me changing, I think, like, a lot has happened. Obviously, my girl, I met her, we're dating now. I feel like in the smallest way I might have impacted Curtis. I feel like maybe my mom doesn't worry about me as much anymore, but I don't know. It's just that I really wanted to talk about this and just kind of make a video so that I could look back and just kind of remember that no matter how fucked up and shitty things are, sometimes even a shitty decision can lead to greatness. It's really about use this time that we're on this earth for you. I know a lot of people watching this, they might want to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a giant group of friends, or you might want to, whatever it is you want to be doing. But what you need to do is focus on you. You need to find what you want to do in this life. Because once you do that, everything else will come. We're not here for a long time. And something that, even going back to the grade fucking 5 days, something I always told myself as long as I can remember. And it might have something to do with the way I was brought up and I watched my mom grow up. But I don't want to get too old and turn around and be like, shit, it's too late. I'm 24 right now. That's older, but that's still pretty young, and there's so many other, like, my friends, I can tell that, like, they want to be doing shit. They don't want to be doing this shit, and I just keep trying to tell everybody, like, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't settle for a fucking day job if that's not what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, you just want to make your guap and do whatever, do that. That's cool. That's a way to live. But if you know that there's something out there, find it. Even if you don't know what it is. Even if you felt lost. Even if you feel like you're at the end of your road. No matter where you are in your life, there is a purpose or a path or a way for you to express who you are. And when you find that and you just focus on that and you let that make you happy and you let that be your life, everything will come, because you will change as a person. I promise you that. If there's anything I want you to take away from this video, it's that you can drop out of school, you can be a drug addict, you can overdose a shitload of times, you can be covered in fucking scars everywhere. You can still make it. None of that shit matters. None of that shit matters. The only fucking thing, the only person that matters to is you. Half of these hurdles we put up on our own. If you had told me I would have met Skrillex when I was 15 years old, I would have fucking laughed at you. If you told me I'd have a dog, I would have laughed at you. If you told me I would have not been living at my mom's, I would have laughed at you. I would have literally maybe fought you. Because I would have thought you were making fun of me. But anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I want to be living proof that anybody can do this. I want to be living proof that there's more out there than just settling. Don't settle for anything less than what you think you're fucking worth, because you're worth 10 times more than you think you are. And there is a path for greatness. And I'm not saying I'm ever gonna fucking blow up and be as big as Skrillex. That doesn't matter to me, and that's how I know I love this. That's how I know I found my path. Because this shit is just me, and I would do this if I had nothing. I do this while I have nothing. I was homeless for months still doing this. This is my life. It will always be my fucking life. And it means so much to me to be able to have this. And it's really, I don't know who's watching this, so I'm not going to say it's thanks to you. I don't know if this video will go up, or if it does go up, it'll probably hit my YouTube. So not very many people see that, but it means a lot to me that I can do this, because I really don't know. No, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'm just rambling at this point, because it just, thinking back to who I was back then and who I am now, I'm a completely different fucking person. I'm not, to look back, if I could go back and see myself as a kid, I don't even think I believe that I was the real me now. It's just so fucking crazy, and I'm so fucking thankful that all that horrible shit happened, because it really made me, and yeah, I don't know at this point. It's I want to be able to look back on this in case I forget and I get up in my feelings again, because life isn't always easy. It's hard a lot of the times. I mean, even right now, shit's perfect, but shit's still not perfect, you know? So, I kind of wanted to make this to put it out, and then maybe, you know, I will reflect back on this at some point back in my life, whether I upload it or not. If I upload it, you guys will get to see it and know this story if you choose to watch it. But, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's the story of, how I became Neon Black. That's the story of how a lost boy found his path. Whatever you want to call it. That's my story. And I hope it helps in any way. Like I said, this is more of a video for me, but I hope if anybody does see this, it inspires them to just keep going, especially if you're a younger kid, you know, like, I wish I had known now, or I wish I had known then, that when I was 15, I had my whole life ahead of me to literally do whatever I want, and that half the shit I was worried about didn't matter, and doesn't matter now, even though I thought it would. Like, the girl who smashed my heart in high school, I thought I'd still be with to this day, and like, looking back, I don't even know why I was with her in the first place. Either way, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate that, and I hope you enjoyed my story and took something out of it. Cheers. I love you guys. Whether you're on my Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you are, I love you all. Thank you for being the reason why I can do this, because it actually means the fucking world to me. Thank you.